What's going on, guys? It's Josh back with another episode of Sometimes I Say Things. Man, it's been a minute since we've been in this spot. I've missed you guys like nothing else. Like, you can't even believe I've missed you guys so bad. I have an issue with something, and you guys may have a similar thought on it. I don't know. For the life of me, I don't remember her name, like her actual real name. But when I say Cash Me Outside, how about that? Unless you've been living underneath a rock, you know who I'm talking about. You know the girl's face. You might know her name. I don't know her name. I don't remember. But so listening to the talk radio this morning on my way into work, I find out that she and her mom are actually going to have a reality show. They're giving this woman a show, this girl, I should say, a show. 13 years old. Okay, and her claim to fame is a catchphrase of her threatening another human being. Basically, I'll meet you in the parking lot. You know, kind of a statement. And it became a catchphrase for her. Excuse me. Again, this weather, this cold and hot, back and forth kind of stuff. Can you explain to me how a 13-year-old who threatens people with "Cash Me Outside"? How about that? You know, as a threat. Which, let's take it for what it is. She didn't say it as a funny slogan. She said it as a threat. She said it as a "I want to fight you in the parking lot" threat. As a 13-year-old child who deserves to have her butt busted for telling another adult or telling another person that she wants to beat him up in a parking lot. Okay, but instead of you know, where's the parents that are involved or what's wrong with this situation, we have, you know, her hanging on to that 15 minutes of fame. And I don't really blame her as far as her getting a talk show, or not a talk show, but her, you know, getting a reality show. That's something that corporate media, you know, the big media wants us to see. They want to get that out there. They want to push those agendas. Let's face it, guys, our world is making heroes and idols out of people that our heroes and idols that I grew up with would scoff at, would laugh at, and say, "You're a joke. You're not a decent person. You're not a good human being. You're not a good excuse for a human being." But we look at those people now, and they're our heroes. They are our idols. They are people that we look up to, and you know, we live for. You know, I'm using the word "we" very loosely. I'm not including myself in that. I think the girl needs a butt tore up, and I'm not one for corporal. I'm not one for tearing that butt up. But in this case, she's out there a little bit, guys. She's 13, man. She's 13 and she's acting like this. And what 13-year-old, listen, when I was a kid, when I was 13, 14 years old, Dr. Phil wasn't really a talk show, but I could darn sure tell you the people that were on TV at that time. I knew who they were, and I knew that they were big. They were big time. So what 13-year-old girl goes on to Dr. Phil and says, after that skit, like after she said that whole thing of "Catch Me Outside," she was on there a second time, and she tells Dr. Phil that she's the reason, like she made him famous. "I made you famous." Girl, Dr. Phil was famous before you were born. He was doing his thing before you was alive, kid. But this little girl is like, "I made you famous, Dr. Phil. I'm the reason that you're here." Listen, Oprah made Dr. Phil famous, let's face it. And Oprah's got her own game. So, you know, this whole thing of children, you know, being made to be celebrities is like, you know, it's ridiculous. But our media, they want to push any agenda they can, and this is one of those things where I'm like, you know, we used to have idols on TV. We used to not have shows like American Idol, where, someone with a good voice and a pretty face is going to be an idol. And I'm sorry, but my God tells me not to have idols, not to have anything above Him. And if I'm calling another human being an idol, that's above Him. God is our idol. And the problem is we're putting we're casting our eyes onto things other than God. And as soon as we do that, we're going to end up looking away from Him, and we're going to turn away from Him, because when you look away from something long enough, you're going to turn away from it too. You're not just going to just turn your head. You're going to turn your whole body, and you're going to be done. And that's the state of our world. That's where we're at today, because people are looking away from God. They're thinking it's okay to use these words like idols. It's okay to treat people certain ways because you feel like you should and you can. The things we say have impact. The words we use have impact. Calling someone an idol is not just a phrase. It's not just a word that we get to use. It's not just a thing that we can say. That's a word that should not be taken lightly. Okay? God is our idol. We look to Him. We look to the heavens and we look to Him. We don't look to nobody else. You understand? Like, if you look to anyone else, then you're falling away from Christ. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's the truth. You're falling away from Christ if you look to anyone but Christ for an answer. We don't have the answers. He does. But we live in a world now where that's the norm. And if you think differently than that, if you think like I'm saying, like I think, then you're the outcast. You're the oddball, because you're not okay with these things. You're not okay with the way the world is, with everything. It's okay, Josh. Be tolerant. Just be a little bit tolerant with some of the stuff going on. Well, I'm sorry. Being a little bit tolerant might as well be being a lot tolerant, because in God's eyes, if we give a little bit, we're going to end up giving a lot. Case in point, and call me old-fashioned, call me whatever you want to call me, but let's go back in history. Let's go back in time a little bit, and let's look at how things used to be. Let's look at things like the first time Elvis shook his hips, fully clothed, by the way, pants, a suit. He had a jacket, he had a shirt, he had pants on, he had shoes and socks on. He probably had a belt and underwear on. He had an entire outfit on. He shook his hips on TV. They shut it down. Okay? Now, am I saying that's a little bit overreacting? I think dancing is one thing. I think dancing with clothes on and shaking your hips like that, I don't think that's too much. I think that's we shut that down, but I think there was a point where we had to learn where the line was. I feel like the line wasn't there. I don't feel like that was it. But because that used to be the mentality. We would shut things down. I Love Lucy had the married couple in the family. Lucy and Desi Arnaz were married, and they slept in separate beds, guys. TV didn't want to give the impression that they slept together. Like under the, like sawing logs, like actually sleeping. They didn't want to give the impression they slept together, let alone slept together. Okay? Do you understand like how far we've came? I was watching TV at my parents' house one day, a few months back. There was a commercial. This was middle of the day too. Get it? It was middle of the day. Like, I want to say maybe five-ish or so. Middle of the day. And on the commercial for a TV show, the Lord's name was used in vain. And I'm talking about GD, okay? That word was used in a commercial on, like, I want to say FX or something. I don't remember the channel. It was not a premium channel. It was not like HBO or something. It was a regular channel that anybody with normal cable these days can get. Okay, it wasn't a fancy thing. It was just regular TV. And it was a regular commercial in the middle of the day when kids would still be watching. That's unacceptable, guys. I'm sorry. This world is coming to a place where, you know, let's hope and pray God comes back. Let's hope and pray Jesus comes to pick us up. Because unless the people in this world start changing and start asking God for the answers and not thinking they got them all, it's only going to get worse. You know, we have so many things that we face nowadays that didn't used to be a problem. And I'm not going to go into detail on all of them, but my stance on certain things is different than a lot of people's. You know, but we have a lot of different things that we face now. We have a lot of racial tension, a lot of racial fights, and a lot of race problems happening in the world. That didn't used to be the case. It was back a long time ago, 50s and 60s. But when I grew up and yes, I'm younger than 50s and 60s. I was born in 1981. But when I was born, train tracks, I don't know if it's going to be bumpy. Okay. When I was born, you know, in 81, race problems wasn't really an issue. I heard about it. I knew from my parents what all went on when they were growing up, but I didn't face it. Nowadays, I see what's going on with the world, and I'm not blind to it like a kid should be. And believe me, kids should be blind to it. We learn early enough as it is. So being blind to it is not a bad thing when you're a child. You want to have fun and play and not think that the world is literally going to hell in a handbasket. But nowadays we deal with race issues again, and I feel like it isn't quite as bad as it was back then, but it's still bad. It's worse than it should be. Let me make one thing clear. There's bad people in every race, in every color in the world, and there's good people too. And I feel like we have so many people on any side of the fence, on all sides of that fence, no matter what race you are. I feel like each race, just like having good and bad people, also has people that think that another race is bad because of the color of their skin. Whether you're white and you think black people are bad, whether you're black and you think Mexican people are bad, whatever, it doesn't matter. There's people in every color that think that another color is bad because of that color. And please, don't get me wrong, there's bad people everywhere. My personal opinion is if you're bad, you're going to be bad. Your skin doesn't make you bad. What makes you bad is you're just bad. Okay, so, you know, other than race, I mean, we deal with a lot of stuff these days. We deal with just entitlement, just people that feel so entitled to everything. But all I'm saying is, you know, with the state of the world, with everything going on the way it is, you know, we need to look to God for answers. We need to focus on Him. We have our focus on so much stuff, trying to find what makes us happy, what makes us a better person. You know, whether it's drugs, alcohol, you know, gambling, any sort of addiction that you can have. God tells us don't put that stuff before Him. Don't make anything your idol. Don't make anything more important than He is. And I feel like we do that on a daily basis, all of us, to one level, to one extent or another. We got to stop that, guys. Until we stop that, the cycle will never end. It'll only get worse. I want to have hope for this world and hope for the future. But as it is right now, my hope is in Him and Him alone. I'm actually home, and I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog right now. But I do want to tell you guys that I love you. I love your faces. I love everything you do. Let me leave it with this. I'm going to pull in the parking spot here so I can tell you guys about this, because we got some really cool things going on. And I don't know if you notice my shirt here. This is Harvest Christian Fellowship. This is where we actually attend church, me and my family. And if you are in Knoxville, if you're looking for a really cool, awesome place to be on Sundays and Wednesdays, come look us up, guys. We're on hcfknox.com. I'll throw a link down in the thing below here. Come check us out. We will definitely make you feel at home and make you feel loved. We accept you for who you are, just like God does. God accepts you for who you are. You come to Him the way you are. as unclean and as unholy as all of us can be, come to God the way you are. Don't make yourself perfect. Don't think I got to be right. I got to get right and then I'll go to God. Don't think that, because you never will go to God. Okay? Get yourself to God and he'll get you right. Trust me. Believe me. You don't say, I want to go join a gym, but I'm not going to join a gym till I lose some weight. No, you go to the gym to lose the weight, right? So you go to God to get right. You don't get right first. You can't get right without God. Okay? And he accepts you for who you are, just like we do. Come see us, hcfknox.com. Again, link down in the thing below. Address is on our website. If you are in the Knoxville area, come visit us. Easter Sunday, guys, we're going to have an incredible play. It is going to be moving. It's going to be uplifting. If you come and you don't cry, then I'm going to pray for you. Because it is going to be powerful. It is going to be so powerful. It's so moving. I want you guys to come out and see it. Please come check us out. And if you love what we do and you love, who we are, then stay and hang around. We want to make you a part of us. We want to make you a part of Christ and a part of his kingdom. So definitely come check us out. We're going to have an incredible service. And we're not doing a sunrise service either. I know a lot of churches, if you think about Easter Sunday, sunrise services are what come to mind. Or at least, maybe that's not everybody. Maybe that's just me. I'm just kind of pushing that out on you guys. But to me, sunrise services are a thing that I'm not comfortable with because it's super duper early. Our service starts at 10:15, like always. Come check us out. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here. If you guys have any questions, any comments, anything that you want me to talk about in the future, please let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Thumbs up the video if you like what I'm doing here. Again, I missed you guys, so this video did run a little bit longer than normal. Hopefully I haven't made you guys too bored yet. But I love you guys. I missed you, and I will be back with some more vlogs really, really soon. So we'll smash that like button, share this on Facebook, and whatever else you're on, Twitter and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.